Urgent search for survivors in southern Indiana. This massive explosion, certainly somber scene here in Indiana. 3 people dead, 39 buildings damaged or destroyed. Right now, crews are inspecting the scene, just trying to see if there's anyone who could possibly be trapped inside. Investigators are still trying to determine exactly what went wrong. One house exploded Wednesday afternoon in Evansville, Indiana. Overnight, we learned a surprising development. There was a similar situation that happened a few years back. Sloan Glass is live at the scene with the very latest on this incident. Sloan, so sad.
So devastating, Adrienne, and urgent search is exactly right. Now that the sun is up, you can see more of the debris that hit those 39 homes and destroyed 11 homes. We know that 3 people are dead, but this morning, officials are continuing to look for victims. Incredible images showing the exact moment a house explodes, rocking Evansville, Indiana Wednesday.
I thought an airplane crashed. I really did. It blew me off the couch and my left shoulder feels like it's been banged a little bit.
Drone video showing the destructive power of the blast. Firefighters say the force sent debris into the sky, raining down glass, wood, and insulation across a 100-foot radius.
And it was just siren after siren after siren after siren, police everywhere.
Firefighters responding within minutes of the first call, finding flames, a cloud of smoke, and 3 people dead.
There was the house that exploded and 39 structures that were damaged either severely or suffered minor damage.
Several neighbors running to help after seeing people lying on the ground.
There was a female already rendering aid to one person on the ground, and I started to help her, and the police came up.
Others describing what the explosion felt like.
Calling it thunder would be like an understatement. That shook the entire building.
NewsNation learning this is the second house explosion in Evansville in just 5 years. In 2017, 2 people were killed when a house blew up just a few blocks away from Wednesday's blast. The cause of that explosion believed to be a gas leak, though fire officials say they never found the cause of the leak. Adrienne, Mitch, I'm here with RC. I met you walking on the street. You moved into your house a month ago. What is left of it?
From what we understand, everything might be inside, but the structure is not sound anymore. So we probably may not be able to get anything if there's whatever's left.
I am so sorry to hear that, but so thankful that you and your son were not home when the explosion happened. But how did you hear the news?
I was actually at therapy, and I got like 5 or 6 phone calls from various people. I didn't realize that they knew what the block numbers were, so they knew that my house is on the block. So.
And then when you came here and you saw your home for the first time, a home you had just moved into, how are you feeling looking at it now in the daylight?
It feels impossible. It feels like this is a really weird, bad dream.
Well, we're going to pray for you. Thank you so much for talking to us. Thank you.
Sloan, we really appreciate that. And clearly, you can't put yourself in somebody's shoes to even know what that would feel like. And not right now. But our compassion definitely directed to that community. Let's turn to Evansville City Council Attorney Joshua Claiborne. He is here with us to talk a little bit more about this tragedy. What is the first thing that you and your staff have had to do?
Well, the first responders were there on the scene very quickly, and we were very fortunate to have such dedicated and professional law enforcement officers, especially the fire department was there, I think maybe the first on the scene. So that's been great. A lot of the focus now is on making sure folks that are affected in the area have places to live and have provisions that they need. The Red Cross has been really great about that, and we have a facility not far from this neighborhood that can house folks who need a place to stay or just get food and shelter.
39 homes or buildings damaged or destroyed. The energy company said no gas was detected. Has the city started its investigation yet?
Well, I know the law enforcement officers are working with Centerpoint to look into those things. It's not clear what the cause is yet. Certainly, first thought is a gas leak of some sort, and that may well end up being the cause. Of course, Whose fault that is will take some more time to discern. As you note, though, this was a massive explosion. At least 11 of the 39 homes that were damaged are uninhabitable. At least one of them was effectively vaporized. So it had to have been something that could carry such a big punch. I mean, it felt and looks like a bomb went off.
The ATF, I know, was on scene. To your knowledge, was there any construction happening in the area?
Not that I'm aware of. Again, we're still investigating to what degree. It could be something as simple as yard work sometimes as well. We just don't know at this point in time.
And then there was actually a single home explosion back in 2017 where 3 people were injured. I'm sure that the area is familiar with that. You're familiar with that. What was the cause then? Do you know?
I do remember that happening and aware of that. I don't recall what was determined to be the cause. Unfortunately, these do happen throughout the country. And I'll even say in 2004, earlier, in somewhat of a similar area, there was another natural gas explosion that leveled a home as well. So it is concerning that we've had that happen several times over recent years.
Joshua Claiborne, thank you so much for your.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.